The middle part, which extends from the nostril width, should have more material than the lateral parts. The secret of a successful lip, I find, is this part here, which they call the cupid bow. Because what I find is, if you draw them nicely and finish them up with a philtrum, that is the X factor that will differentiate you from other practitioners. So let's see what we're going to do first. I'm going to start off by numbing our patient up. We talked about it, we have several ways of numbing up, and I'm going to show you all different ways now. You could either do bilateral infraorbital blocks, which mean from the canine going up, and by that you'd be numbing up the lip. Now let's say you don't fancy doing that, and let's say this is a little bit too much. You could always, if you're worried about it, you could always just infiltrate underneath the lip, in the mucosa. My patient is being very brave today. Number 2. Thank you. Because the lips require a very sensitive technique, and you have to be very cautious, and you might do several entries, that's why it's way more comfortable for me and for the patient to be completely numb, so we could draw it nicely. So this is the upper lip, nice and numb. Let's go to the lower lip, and you could either block, mental block, and that is done. Let me sit you up a little bit so everyone could see. Oops, there we go. I'm hoping those tears are tears of joy. Open your mouth nice and wide. Yeah, there we go. You can either inject, I promise you, anywhere in this area behind the canine, you'll be able to hit the mental block and numb it up. However, again, let's say you're not very comfortable doing that and you want to infiltrate. So all you need to do, one last one, local anesthesia. You could always just infiltrate just along here in the lip, just a little bit. And by doing that, you've numbed pretty much all the nerve endings that are reaching the lip. Advantages, disadvantages. So, you could try it here, that's fine. So, what you find is when you numb this area up, you're not hitting a motor nerve, you're hitting a sensory nerve. But what the patient will not be able, what you find the patient will not, it's like when you go to a dentist. When they numb this area, the fact that you're not feeling your lip, you can't translate the emotions or the movement of your lip to your brain. So you might find easily that the patient would do that without knowing. So all you need to do is just relax the lip and get it back nicely. The lips, I find, are one of the most sensitive and painful areas to do, and that's why I'm a big fan of nerve blocks in that area. Right. Thank you. So, yeah, just to dry her tears. Okay. So the plan is, when I'm doing lips, we've got volumization, or we have definition, contouring. I find you can't do one without the other, so you have to do both. Volumization, I'll be filling in this area, the pink area. Definition is going around the vermilion border. How many of our patients walk into our clinic with a picture of a celebrity's lips and goes, I want those lips? I promise you, never ever give them, or even try and tell them I'll try to do it, because they are unrealistic and you can't change the lips they have. You could only enhance the lips the outline they have when they come in. You could never give them lips that is in this area. So here's the plan I'm going to do. I'm going to be placing, my points of entry are going to be from the outside. I'm going to be doing 2 threads here, 2 threads here, 3 threads, 3 threads, 2 on the side. And then I'm going to do the definition, and I'm going to leave the vermilion border till the end. You okay? Did you want to for anything? Okay. I won't do your lower lip, but I'll just enhance it a little bit, so I won't make it bigger. Okay? I'll just define it for you. Is that okay? Yeah? Because tell her, I can't define or contour the upper lip without contouring the lower lip. It won't look natural. Okay? Right. Just going to wipe off my markings. So, my point of entry is going to be from the outside. Do you feel that? Anything sharp there? Okay. So, absolutely pain-free procedure. In front of the muscle, I'm just going to give 1 and 2. Again, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Now here's the interesting part. This part here in the middle. I'm going to give, I gave 2 threads here, 2 threads here. Here I'm going to give 3. So in the middle there, I'm going to give 1 in the middle, another one here. I'm keeping my point of entry where it is, just because the less penetration the better, to control the bruising. So just followed what we had. Okay? Now, my patient doesn't want any volumization in the lower lip, which I completely understand, but if I have to do it, I'll be doing the exact same thing. So let's start off with the contouring the vermilion border. Again, less material in the lateral side, more material in the central side. What I do is I literally just go underneath the vermilion border. I can see my needle. I'm going to hold my needle between my fingers and slowly give material as I'm pulling out. Just to make sure that it stays where it is. Again, I know where I entered, I know where my material stopped from the length of my needle. I'm going to go in again. This is exactly where I am. I'm going to hold it and start giving as I'm pulling out. Same on the other side. And again here. Okay. Okay? Yeah? Now, I'm going to leave the cupid bow till the end. Just defining the lower lip now. Just following the vermilion border. And finishing that central. I haven't added any volume in the lower lip. So this is what I mean. When the patient is numb, she won't be able to interpret the movement of her lips. So sometimes you need to just adjust those lips manually. So I'm going to finish it up, the Cupid bow. Do you feel anything sharp here? Anything sharp? Nearly done now.